Hey guys, so we're going to be doing just a little bit of brainstorming in your notebook for your writing theory, um, especially just like that page and also some reminders at the end. So this is actually going to be pretty short. So all of this goes in your notebook. And okay, so we're doing this end of term reflection just like we did, pretty much just like we did the midterm reflection. I'm going to ask you to do like a 5-minute-ish, like word vomit. Or sort of like a free write on just a reflection on concepts we've been going over in the last half of the semester. And this will also help you, it's also kind of designed to help you not just kind of remember what we have been working on, but also kind of think about what things you might select to talk about in your writing theory, and work you might select to talk about in your writing theory from this semester. So we've again talked about with a lot of things have been with the digital essay in the last couple of weeks of the semester. So ways to use sources. We talked a lot about what kind of material to quote versus paraphrase, and being a good host, like giving context to your reader about your sources, how to explain sources. And again, those are really big things. Those were from the integrating outside material. Those kind of sets of presentations. Those are a really big part of what I'm looking for if you'd be practicing in your digital essay. Creating an academic argument versus a popular argument. We talked a little bit about that. How to organize, different ways to organize ideas for your essay. Things about like your thesis statement and intros and different kinds of ways you can arrange essays. We talked a lot about, I didn't include it in here, but we also talked a lot about, oh no, I didn't include it, addressing other perspectives, choosing a target audience. Remember I said your essay can't be to everybody. There has to be a group that you're going to talk about or be kind of focused toward the group that you think would most benefit or that you really want to kind of reach the most, and you're going to talk about that in your writing. You're going to talk about that in your writing theory when you're talking about in your digital essay. Design elements, modes, kinds of things like we reviewed like genre and kind of like what counts as a text. We did all of the digital tools and all that stuff in the end part of the end half of the semester. We also talked, finally, the last thing about rhetorical appeals, and that applies kind of to the whole portfolio as well as the digital essay. We talked about all four: kairos, ethos, pathos, and logos, logic, and we also talked about logical fallacies there at the end. So take a few minutes for that. Writing theory reflections, so I'm having you kind of look back. Same thing we did kind of at the midterm, except you're looking back at the several revisits that we've done of your description of good writing, and just consider from the last few weeks if there's anything you want to add about appeals or framing sources or considering audience in your text, like things that you might want to add to your description of good writing, or things you feel like you can explain better, or things you might want to take out or replace just from the last little bit of the semester, the last half. For your brainstorming, we're going to do the mining again. What I'm going to have you do is, once again, not repeating work, but adding at least 2 more. Going back and looking through Canvas for examples of your work that kind of stand out to you, and picking 2 that you didn't list at the midterm, things that are new, that represent something you either learned, worked on through revision, struggled with, you feel like you improved with, and talk about what you would say about it, what you learned, what it is you practiced, what you struggled with, that kind of stuff. So you're thinking about adding 2 more to the list of work. For the portfolio, for the writing theory, you have to have at least 7. So it's just kind of get you started on some things that you might be able to use for your examples of work. And you can use anything. You can use your studio work. You can use things in your notebook, brainstorming. You can use drafts, feedback. If you wrote it, you can use it this semester for work from this semester. And adding a new one, which if any of the readings this semester might you be able to reference in your writing theory. So thinking about maybe which of the readings that we've done, which author has or authors have an idea or an experience that relates to your own that you might be able to, reference or quote from when you're talking about your own writing.